Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Sequester Season 3. Now, we have a very special guest. You might know her. Her name's Kimberly Ford. We're going to interview her the first part of tonight's show. She's the first eliminated house guest from Sequester Season 3, Episode 1. Kimberly, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking, Allison. It's been a whirlwind, but I'm doing okay.
You doing all right? You went to LA, right?
I sure did. Yeah, I was there for the premiere party and I had a blast. We all had a great time.
Is that the first time you've seen like some of the people since Sequester happened? Like what was that experience like for you?
So it was the first time that I did see everybody since filming had wrapped. So it definitely was bittersweet. There were still some people who were a little, riled up a little bit, anticipating what the game was going to bring out of all of us. So it was bitter. How do I say this? It was up and down with certain people.
Sure.
So.
I mean, because it's still fresh, like you guys like literally just finished like a month, 6 weeks. It's still there,
It's very fresh for some people.
It's
very
an open
fresh.
wound.
I believe it.
Yes.
So there's a couple of things that, we're going to ask you a few questions real quick. The number one question, of course, mine is where did all the hate for Erica come from? But that's second. The first question is, it's time to pick. You've been eliminated. It's battle back time. You expose a men's alliance and you pick Drew with Mary Payton. And I don't think Mary Payton's a man, right?
She is not a man. She's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous
she's a
female.
Gorgeous woman.
Very beautiful.
What were you thinking? What was going through your mind during that?
So when I did say there's a guys alliance, I know who is in it and I know who is not in it. That was the key. So I knew that there was a large guys alliance going on, but I also knew there was another alliance going on. And when I was when I was eliminated, I wanted to choose somebody in both groups. And I didn't know what kind of challenge was going to be ahead of them. It could have been agility. It could have been, an intellectual challenge. It could have been physical. I didn't know. So I just wanted to give both of them, just whatever chance they had at actually beating each other.
Definitely. So why Mary Payton out of all the girls? Like what stood out to her that you think that you should target her instead of like anybody else?
So the reason that I did target her is I was thinking ahead to my battle to get back into the house. And I did want to pick somebody who was a little less physical than what I knew.
That's smart. I like that answer. So I know for our interview before Sequester happened and Brent's interview and everybody else's interview, I feel like a lot of people were very high on your chances. I know I saw like on the Sequester group, like a lot of people had you as their winner pick. So I feel like our connection during that interview was very, very good. And same with you and Brent and everybody. So did that pressure of like, wow, I like really did well with these interviews. Did that like give you any pressure going into the game? Like, did you think like, wow, I have like the people's support behind me. Like there's a lot to live up to.
I knew that I had a lot of support from the media.
Yeah.
However, I knew that there were going to be people that hated me and loved me. So I couldn't really rely on that. I had to just keep a calm focus going into the house and just be me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I know with this like first round twist, like it's really hard to kind of get your ducks in a row and really form a strategy because, you're on like such a balance of like, 5 votes is okay, but like anything past 8 votes, like you're exposed. So what was kind of your game plan going into that week? And what was your strategy to make sure the votes didn't end up going on you, which unfortunately it did. But so what was kind of your school of thought like going through this first week?
Yeah. So when they announced what the challenge would be, I immediately knew I wanted to get in the house to find an LOS. So I was the first person that you saw in the very front of the pack running into that house. And that was my first thing is I wanted to spend at least 5 minutes searching for the LOS and try to get as much house covered as possible. Then I went into strategizing. So everybody had said that Dustin was getting his 8 votes. And now seeing it, I can't believe how many people actually voted for him.
Yeah, it was like
kind
12,
of mind
right?
blowing to me.
Yeah.
So knowing that he was going to kind of be safe, I had to think about who else could be a target. Now they did say Dina's name, and I heard that quite a bit. However, I wanted to save that relationship for further on. So sorry.
That's okay.
My screen was going. So I didn't want the votes on Dina. I wanted to get them away from her. And I know a few other people were kind of rubbed by Erica the wrong way. And so I said, well, why don't we split the votes between Erica and Dina, and then the two of them can hash it out.
Yeah.
However, that was my downfall, thanks to Jayla and
and Christine, you know, she's the one that made that tie happen. You know, she was like, she just wanted it to be a throwaway vote. But when everybody stacks their vote on one person like that, and those are kind of canceled out, every vote counts after that. So she really had a lot more of an impact than she thought that she did.
Yeah.
Were you surprised to see that? Like, did you know that she voted that way or no?
I had no idea. And I honestly didn't know that Dina did either, because I thought that we had a connection. We were both moms. We were both kind of, just not feeling that great the first night. Unfortunately, I hid mine a bit better.
Yeah.
So I didn't want Dina to go up, and I didn't want her to go out. So I said, I'm voting for Erica. And when she confronted us all in the kitchen, when Dina had said, I heard my name, and you could see me in the garage talking to some people.
Yeah.
But I had said I had heard Dina's name, but she just saw me saying her name and automatically just went for me.
Yeah.
And that ultimately was my downfall. If she wouldn't have overheard that little snippet, then it would have been totally fine. Yeah. My name wasn't even mentioned.
What was it about Erica that kind of rubbed you the wrong way?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah. It's not that she rubbed me the wrong way per se. It's just I could automatically tell that she was gaming, because she wouldn't give up any information with me on the first night in that bedroom conversation. So that was a red flag for me. And I knew that she was a strong woman. So me going in wanting to use the brains, beauty, brawn kind of strategy, I knew that she kind of had those same qualities, and there was only room for one of us strong women who had that battle plan. And so I automatically wanted to cut the head off and just stop that from happening.
So we saw a lot of people had kind of mixed first impression on Erica. Was there anybody in the house that you had a good first impression about? Were you like, wow, I really want to work with this person? I know like a lot of people said in confessional that Tori like really stood out as this like huge like triple threat, like amazing player in this game. What did you think about her? And is there anybody else that you kind of gravitated towards at the beginning?
I loved Tori, and I wanted to work with her, and she knew it. When we were in the hot tub area, you didn't see that portion, but when we were in the hot tub area, I actually leaned into her and I said, I want to work with you, and I will tell you my secret the second that I get you alone. So that I wasn't going to share the wrestling portion, but I wanted to share it with her because I wanted her to actually trust me. And I tried to have that conversation in the pool, but Dustin ruined it.
I know that was hilarious. You
guys, I'll be right back, but keep going.
Yeah. You're just sitting there having this conversation and he just pops up.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is happening? Where did you come from?
Nowhere. He dove under and I couldn't see him, and he popped up right behind me, and I saw this shadow just as I was talking about the Canadian alliance, and I didn't want anybody to associate me with other Canadians, and it threw me off guard. I was like, ugh. What am I supposed to do now?
I know it's a big thing, especially U.S. Big Brother, that when people are meeting for the first time in the house, like on night one, if I'm from Tennessee, oh, cool, I'm from Tennessee, you immediately part like the Red Sea because you don't want to be put like they know each other, they must know each other. I know that was like a big deal because you don't want to be associated that way, and I didn't feel like you were taking it personal, or being personal about it. It was just like, I can't you know, this is going to ruin. And you guys are sitting like right on the couch next to each other.
It was such a shock that
Yeah.
he said he was from Calgary too. I did not expect it. And the second that I said, oh, I'm from Calgary too, I immediately felt the heat. Like, oh, these people probably know each other. And we didn't.
Well, I have to say, one of your quotes from the we have to wrap it up, but one of your quotes from the show that has stuck with me is the farm shit.
I knew you were going to ask me about that.
So, what was going through your mind? What can you explain the farm shit
Yes,
quote?
absolutely. So when I was saying that it stunk. So people that saw me talking about Dustin, I said he smelled funny. When I talk about somebody personally smelling, I say smelled funny. When I was referring to Erica, it wasn't that I was attacking her or her body or her. When I was talking about was her gameplay, like her strategy stinks. And I elaborated on that. And I said, like, she stinks. And when I said the cow shit, it was in reference to her game. It wasn't in reference to her.
I mean, if that makes you feel any better, that's how I took it.
Me
if
too.
anybody else is taking
thank you. Because I know I came in to play the villain, and I'm going to play it very well.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you own that, Kimberly. Like, we see a lot of people really play like a watered down type of game in Big Brother and Survivor and stuff. So I really love when I see especially a strong female really play balls to the walls really unapologetically. So I was very impressed that you went in swinging, and you know, there is still a chance that you could get back in the game. No spoilers or anything.
No, but stay tuned, because you have not seen the last of me. That's not to say that I do or don't get into the house, but I came to play, and you're going to see me play in that pre-jury house.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like for last season, we checked in a lot with the pre-jury. So I'm excited to see your interactions with people as they come into the pre-jury house. And I'm glad that we still get some TV time for you, because you are very good casting. And I was very impressed with our preseason interview. Very impressed with what I saw, and hopefully we see more of you very, very soon. So
I will say though, when your name came up at the very end, and you had that look on your face, I thought,
oh man.
You know, I wanted to pull that rear naked choke out for you. You know that.
A rear naked choke out.
That was so funny.
Yeah. So Drew and you watched the end of the episode, and you watched.
He called you an asshole.
Did he call you an effing asshole?
I'm not sure who he called an asshole.
No, I rewatched it. He was definitely the one that called you an asshole. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell for sure, and I just kind of went with it. And I said, you know what? I probably am going to own up to that, because I probably am going to be seen as an asshole.
Exactly. So. It's like, and what else? Tell me something I don't know. Yeah. Well, listen, Kim, you're beautiful. We love you. We can't wait to see what else is in store for you on this season. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure to catch up with you, and hopefully you'll have me on again as you see things play out.
Of course.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Bye, Kimberly.
Bye, Kim.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That was Kimberly, the first boot of Sequester. Hopefully we see a little bit more of her. I'm very excited already to see the jury.
Hold on one second. You got it. Can you click leave studio, Kim? I didn't know if you can see that down. Oh, what?
I think she just has to close her, like the actual like browser window.
Yeah, just close your browser window. I think.
Okay.
There she goes. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. Yeah. So we're still working out the kinks for this new StreamYard, but no, I really liked what she had to say. I'm glad that she wasn't like super apologetic. But Allison, what did you think about the first episode overall? This is the first time that you and I are talking about the premiere.
Well, I loved it. I did not see season 1. I only saw a few episodes of season 2, so I kind of stopped watching season 2 because I wanted to be fresh for season. Like, I wanted to be shocked, like, because there's a lot of people coming into Sequester this season who haven't seen season 1 and season 2, and I wanted to kind of go through it with them. And it's easy to get caught up in it, and that hour flies by. And it is a full hour. There's no pee breaks. There's no commercial to run to the bathroom. I mean, and it is quick, and it is going and going. And for me, playing the OG Sequester online, it was very reminiscent, because it does go that fast. Even night one, when you played online, you're only doing it for 2 hours. It goes by really, really fast.
Absolutely.
And for me, it went by fast. You had Kevin came in, guns blazing, popping in and out of rooms like fleas. You had Dustin popping up out of the water out of nowhere. We had what's his name Jordan found the LOS, was blaming it on Matt, saying he had it. And it was just, Matt came out kind of how I expected he would, as a leader, forming this alliance. I think it was Thomas was in it, Drew was in it, and Matt. I'm putting kind of this, I don't know if I really want to call it a guys alliance, because I think there were some girls that popped up. But he did what I kind of thought he was going to do, kind of take charge. Listen, Kim did not disappoint.
No.
She's feisty one. She went from 0 to feisty like that, and she ain't playing. And I would have had almost the same reaction as she did. If we have a plan, we're putting all the votes on Dustin, and then it's gonna be between Dina and Erica, and that's the plan. And then all of a sudden, the only part of the plan is Dustin, and I'm part of the. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, so I have a couple thoughts about the premiere. First of all, the production value compared to last year, like as a photographer, like the frame rate, like the filming, like the post-production, like even the, I love when editors have a little bit of fun. So when what's his name, Drew was talking about Tori, and like the Take My Breath Away music started playing in the confessional, that was like, I really love that stuff. So Sequester bot, please keep entertaining me that way. But
Dustin getting mystified by the pretty women, no way.
Right, exactly, shocker. But I just want to really reiterate the difference between a show like Big Brother and a show like Sequester. You know, it is a totally different game. And you know, some people have been kind of a dogging on the people that voted in that group of 12 at the beginning, that first vote, saying like it wasn't the right move, but I think it was the right move. You know, this group kind of says like, you know, we're the in crowd. You know, I'm gonna vote the way I say to. You know, that proves to everybody else that yes, you are voting the way you say you are going to do, because you're being exposed. And the people that are exposed, of course, the people are not being exposed to, and that's just as much information. So like the fact that Christine said that she was going to vote for Dustin and then didn't, you know, it might seem like a good move at first, but that tells everybody else she didn't vote the way she said that she was going to. And you know, that first impression, that very first vote, it is crucial to get it right. And you don't have to play like a big flashy move at first. You know, we saw Kevin bouncing around from room to room to room to room. But you know, just play it safe a little bit, and just kind of make yourself be known as a loyal person, especially in a game that moves so fast. You want to build trust any way you can first, right off the bat. Right.
And there's always that. You want to be in every room, you want to be part of every conversation, but you don't want to be the center of attention in every one of those conversations. It's kind of like Andy Herron. You want to leave little bits of here and there to rejoin the conversation, so you kind of know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's like in Big Brother, it is a little different because you have an HOH competition, you have 2 nominees, and then you have the opportunity to win the veto. Here, not so much. It is on you from day one to find that LOS and to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the people that are really out in front calling the shots, that's the people I'm worried about right now. So, of course, like Matt, Jayla, Tori has a lot of attention and focus on her, which is not really a good thing starting out, because everybody's talking about you. Even Dustin being the one to say, like, everybody throw your votes on me. You know, that's saying to everybody, like, I'm a gamer. I understand this twist, and I want to utilize that for my benefit. So who I really liked, and this was my winner pick, so I want to pat myself on the back here.
Oh, here we go.
But we noticed that Cameron was involved in like every conversation that happened, but she was never the one pointing out like, this is who we should vote for. This is who we should go after. She made it a point to say, like, listen, I'm like, use my vote, use me. Like, I am here with you. I will vote the way you want me to. Just let me be in the conversations with you. And we saw her doing that very successfully. And she was not only in that group of 12, but like people on the outside of that group as well. She was really going to each person and just making herself be known as an ally to them. And notice, nobody once said her name. And I think that she is equally just as much a triple threat as somebody like Tori. But that's kind of the big difference between somebody like Cameron's game and somebody like Tori's game, who everybody was talking about, and she almost like she was tied to go home with Kimberly. That very well could have been her.
It could have.
Sorry, I'm like talking like so much, but
no, you're fine. I think Cameron's got a great shot right now.
Yeah.
I think Tori needs to lay low a little bit.
I don't think she can. I think her star shines a little too bright.
I think that her ability, I think she's going to school to be a therapist or a psychologist or something. I think that is a good gift to have, but also at the same time, that's more of a one-on-one trait to have, is when you're in a big old house with 20 people, you can't have a big old therapy session. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's got to lay low a little bit. And, I'm interested to see what happens in episode 2 with Mary Payton and Drew. Now, being a little bit out of it, what is going to happen with Mary Payton and Drew? Are they going to fight it out, and whoever wins that battle will go back in the house?
Yes. So basically, they're going to have everybody like in the kitchen or whatever, and whoever wins the battle back is going to like come in there, and like it's like a big reveal to everybody, and they're usually like, "I'm back, bitches, take that," like that kind of thing. So it's really unfortunate that these two are in this first battle match, because I really like both of them. We were really high on our preseason interviews with both Mary Payton and Drew. So it's a shame that we're losing one of them already. I personally hope it's Mary Payton, just because I'm always going to be team women. And you know, that'll rattle Matt a little bit too, in terms of who he can have as an ally in this game.
Right. I wonder if they're going to emphasize any more on Jordan having the LOS and blaming it on Matt, because
I didn't like that move.
That didn't even come up, really. Matt was like, what? Christine was like asking Matt about it. Or I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get names right.
I think it was Christine. I think you're correct. Sorry if you hear like noise. I'm like icing my leg right now.
Fine.
But no, it's I thought that was really sloppy of Jordan to do, but we kind of figured that this would happen. In our interview with him, he was like, "I'm gonna lie about my job. I'm gonna do this, do that," and it's just like it's too much. Like it's too much chaos, and it's sloppy already. So I'm curious, like, what's going to happen with that? What's going to be the fallout of that? But what a way to like break trust, like right away.
Oh,
Not
and
good.
And speaking of lying, I brought this up on the quick recap Sunday night. I think Jayla pulled the wool over my eyes a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
I think she knows how to lie.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
she was lying to me about lying.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like a Igmo teaching her ass how to lie.
I
Unless
haven't heard the word Igmo.
I'm an Igmo. Here's the thing. Or she really didn't know how to lie, and I need to take credit for something.
No, I really think that she is a gamer. A lot more than I thought. I thought that she was really going to heavily rely on her social game, but she's got a mind about her. But like I said, she's way too far in front. She's way too much like being the one to lead these conversations, where not the best move to do right away. You know, we saw with Jesse and Hamza last year, like they were really the ones at the forefront of like kind of navigating the strategy and navigating like who was targeted where, and look where it got both of them. Like neither of them won, and Hamza was taken out pretty early, and then Kim whooped his ass in the battle back once he got back in. But I really think it's going to be one of these people that really just kind of laid back a little bit. That's really going to shine later in the season. Like I liked that Jessica was really on the down low. I liked that Kristen was on the down low. Hunter was a little weird and awkward to me. Like when he went into the room of women and they were like, "There's a guys alliance," and he's like, "Wait, what?"
I'm not in it.
Like so cringy. Right? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not in it.
Right.
But I love him though. I think he's adorable. We didn't see any Zach. I was disappointed because he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, we really had a good interview with him.
We had a good interview, and Thomas was our first interview, and we had a really good interview with him.
Yeah, I could see Thomas going very far in this game.
I think Thomas needs to, it's so weird talking about this because they've already played the game. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I just feel like my intuition, I'm hoping, is that he uses Drew and Matt and those other guys as meat shields, as Deb would say, and really stays behind them and lays low. And even Erica, after this vote, and Dina, be quiet. Just lay low and be quiet. And man,
after our interview with Dina, where she was like, "I just got off the flight. I hate my life right now." She was so miserable. So I was super ready for for this first episode of hers.
She was super sick. We were talking about in the bathroom, sweating, popping in and out, trying to game, going back in the bathroom, had a horrible time. And I have to say, she impressed me.
Yeah.
I really think she really impressed me.
She stood up for herself very well.
She did. And to come out and say, "You said my name," on the first night.
Yeah, she's like, if I am voted out, I'm putting you in the battle back. Instill that fear into people and really flip it back on them instead of laying down and saying, "You know what, I will get voted out first. I'm the target." No, she flew far from here and far to get there. I mean, and she's really making her voice be heard. So I thumbs up on Dina this first episode. I think Dina is excellent casting. She is so
wonderful,
funny to me. It's just it's a train wreck, but in the best I can't look away kind of way.
Remember how we joked about Dina and Kevin working together?
She was the first boot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
And he ended up going to her and talking to her. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is insane if these two end up working together.
Well, Kevin did talk to everybody though. A broken clock.
He's working with everybody. But we still love him. He's still a sweetie.
Yeah. Dimple.
So, Dimples, I love it. I just think everyone's amazing. I think everyone did a great job. I'm not disappointed. Audrey Middleton, you bring it every time. The show can only go up from here.
Absolutely.
Everything was wonderful about the production value, everything. And this is a great group, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to see the pre-jury and how they interact with each other, because
with Kimberly being the pre-jury.
Jesus, can you imagine?
She's the mayor of the pre-jury house, and I can't wait to see how she especially say Drew loses this battle match. It's so fucking awkward. It's gonna be Kimberly and Drew in the house together.
I'm living for it. No offense, Drew, if you're watching this, but I'm living for you and Kimberly in the pre-jury house together. That's just all I want right now. That's all I want. But anything else? Or?
I think that's it. Of course, it's the first week, so we don't have too much in terms of alliances or what people should or shouldn't have done. This first round is always as long as it's not me. So that's why I'm really thumbs up on Cameron right now. I thought she was very, very good. And her confessionals were good and funny too.
I thought everyone was good. I hope we see more of Kristen and Zach and all them in the next episode.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see the battle back. And we'll see that next week, right? Episode 2?
Yeah, so that's how the episode is going to start, is that battle back.
Oh, man.
Every episode is going to end on a cliffhanger, who's going to win that battle back.
I can't wait. Now, Sunday night, you won't be with us. You'll actually be out next week.
Correct. Yeah.
Because somebody has a birthday Monday, November 11th.
I do. And I'm shooting a wedding on that day. It's I just talked to them on the phone, and it's going to be a 13-hour day. So
Lord have mercy. Bless your heart. Well,
it's going to be a long one.
Happy early birthday to you. Sunday night, it will be me, Deb, and Phelan Fairchild immediately after Sequester 2 airs, about an hour after it drops. So we will probably be live about 9:20, 8:20 Central, Sunday night, give or take a few minutes. And then I'll be back next week interviewing the second eliminated house guest, hopefully, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
wait, hold on. First, one more question, Allison. If you had to pick a winner right now, who is it?
Okay, you're going to go with Cameron, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not going to pick someone you're going to pick.
Right.
Thomas, man, something about Thomas.
That's a fair pick. So we'll see. we'll see how it goes.
Something's going on there. See,
Yeah.
you're team girls. How about I be team guys?
That's fine.
That's fine. Let's just do that. We're not being sexist here or anything, but I just think that's fun.
No, I think that's fair. And a woman is definitely winning this season. So anything to make sure that you lose a bet against me is totally fine.
Oh Lord, help me. Please subscribe to Sequester. I want to say All Access, but this isn't CBS. Sequester Access on YouTube, and you subscribe to get notifications. You will get a notification as soon as the episode is posted on YouTube. And please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. And we will have a rotating door of Sequester alumni on the show. We've got Phelan coming up Sunday night, and Kim Matina will be on the week after that. So every week, we're going to be going through a bunch of Sequester people who've played the game and know the game. So please come back and visit with us. It's a quick recap on Sunday night. And then we don't have a set night for this episode yet, but we do appreciate
It's basically just like whenever fits, like the schedule of whoever is eliminated. So
yeah,
we'll do our best to make sure it's like on some kind of routine.
That's right. And please follow us on Instagram at My Weekly Meltdown. I'm on Twitter at Summers1977, and that's at SOMMERS 1977. You can find Tyler on Twitter at TLyons, TLYONZZ. Just look in the see, I can't do it. I'm trying to do the box thing, and I can never anyway. Ooh, I get my nails done. It's ridiculous. Okay, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you Sunday evening.
All right. Bye, guys.
Goodbye. Runic, it's chokehold.